and welcome to the Farmacy.
I am your host, Oceana O'Loughlin.
And I'm your host, Ronald King, aka Banky.
And the fruit of the week is tamarind. Tamarind is high in many nutrients, including magnesium, potassium, and phosphorus. Some health benefits include its antioxidants may boost heart health, and it may have antifungal, antiviral, and antibacterial effects. The vegetable of the week is cassava. Cassava is a significant source of carbs, provides a small amount of fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Some of the health benefits are it improves digestive health and increases energy.
I encourage you to get some tamarind and some cassava. It is easily found on both the islands of St. Kitts and Nevis. As you realize, it is high in nutritional value, so please make it be part of your daily diet.
I encourage you to also do the same. Now we'll take a break
and we'll be right back.
Somos las raíces que nutren.
每一位粮食英雄都发挥着重要作用。
Nous devons nourrir le monde.
È giunto il momento di risollevarsi.
Together, we can make a difference.
To lives and communities everywhere.
Нам нужна устойчивая продовольственная система.
لأن مصيرنا واحد.
And we are back. Tamarind is a leguminous tree which is can grow in most tropical conditions. It is very strong, robust plant, and it can grow in any soil type, whether it's clay, loamy, or sandy. Usually a tamarind tree can grow from at least 10 feet up to 30-40 feet. It can grow all year round. Many times you can get 3 to 4 picking off a tamarind tree. Also, when it comes to the production, the harvesting, tamarind is usually hand-picked, and one tamarind tree can give you up to a couple hundred pounds well. So I encourage you to plant a tree and make it a part of your nutritional value. Cassava. Cassava, or something called yucca, is a root tuber. Cassava is one of those tuber that is very drought resistant, apart from most of the tuber. It doesn't matter with high rainfall or low rainfall. It can withstand intense drought. It also can be propagated from the tuber itself, or after have grown, you can use the stem, part of the stem, whether it's 6 inches or up to 3 feet or 4 feet, it doesn't matter. Also, there are different varieties of cassava. There are some 4-month varieties here in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, and there are also some 6 to 8-month varieties. So, the one thing about cassava, you don't have to be harvested within the time as the tubers. It can stay in the ground as long as possible. You'll just get a lot more and higher yield. One tuber of cassava, a stem can give you up to 30-40 pounds, depends on the variety. Harvesting of the cassava usually can be done, especially on the soil type it's planted in. If it's a sandy soil, or it's recommended it's be a much loamy or sandy soil, not clay soil, because it will be much difficult to harvest the tuber without damaging them. And I'll take you over to Chef Henville. We will be preparing 2 dishes using cassava and tamarind, and I encourage you to use these recipes and make it a part of your daily diet.
Hello folks, I am Chef Michael Henville, and today I'm going to show you 2 quick and easy recipes for our featured fruit and vegetable of the week. So today, our fruit of the week will be tamarind, and our vegetable of the week will be cassava. So we're going to start first with our cassava, and what we're going to be making is cassava pancakes. So let's get right to it. So we're going to start out with our cassava pancakes, and I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the wonderful staff down at the agro-processing unit for giving us this wonderful cassava flour. And some of the ingredients we have for our cassava pancakes are milk, some vanilla extract, we have salt, baking soda, baking powder, 3 eggs, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and a little honey, and that's it. So let's get going. We're going to mix all ingredients together and get to making these pancakes. We're going to start with our cassava flour, and we're going to be using about 2 cups. So we're just going to pour this into our bowl here, just like that. And we're going to add in all of our dry ingredients first. So we have our baking soda, our baking powder, and salt. In that goes. Just going to give this a stir. Set this aside, and then let's whisk our eggs. Okay, so we're going to whisk our eggs just like that. We're going to add in the rest of our liquid ingredients. which is our vanilla essence right there. Give that a little stir. And our apple cider vinegar. Just like that. And the apple cider vinegar is only about a tablespoon. Same thing with the vanilla essence, only about a tablespoon. We have our eggs here, we have our vanilla extract and our apple cider vinegar. Next, we're gonna add in about 2 tablespoons of honey. 1, 2. Mix that around a little bit. Then what we'll do is add our wet ingredients to our dry ingredients. So we have our flour mixture here. We're gonna put our eggs in right now. Just like that. And then slowly, not all at once, we'll add our milk until we have the nice consistency of batter that we're looking for. A little bit. So a little bit at a time, remember, until we have a nice batter. If it is too thick, you can go ahead and put more milk in it. If it's too thin, then go ahead and put a little bit more cassava flour in it. Simple as that, okay? So see, as you see right here, for me, it's a little too thick for my liking. So I'll add just a tip more milk, just to thin it out just a little bit. Okay folks, so lastly, we're here at the stove, and what we're gonna do is to get our batter ready, which we have right here, and we have our nice warm to hot pan going. So very simply what we're gonna do is I have a little bit of avocado oil here. If you don't have avocado oil, that's fine. Regular old soy oil or vegetable oil will do. But I'm just gonna put a little bit in the pan, not a lot, as you can see. That's only about a tablespoon. All right, and I'm just gonna mix it around just a little bit like that. Okay. Then we're gonna get our batter here with our wonderful cassava pancake batter. I'm just gonna put it in the pan, okay? I'm gonna move it around just a little bit. Alright, just like that, guys. So we're going to give this a few minutes, about 2.5 minutes or so, or until you start to see the little tiny bubbles start to come to the top of the pancake. Then that can give you a good indication of when it's ready to flip. Or after about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, just take your spatula and just give it a little peek under one of the corners of the pancake to make sure you're not burning it, okay? So in about 2 minutes, we'll be ready to flip. Alright, so we're at our 2.5 minute mark, and what we're going to do is I just took a little peek under the edge there, and I see that they're ready to go. So we're going to give these a nice easy flip, just like that. There you go. All right, so we got them back flipped over, and now we're going to give them just about another minute and a half tops on the other side. Okay guys? Okay guys, so there you have it. Fresh homemade cassava pancakes. Nice and fluffy and light. They're not dense or heavy at all. If you like, you can garnish it with some fresh fruit or fruit compote. It'll pair very well with these. So there you go. Go home, give it a try. I guarantee you'll love them. How you doing, folks? So you've seen me do the cassava pancakes with our vegetable of the week, but now we're going to move on to the fruit of the week, which is the tamarind. So in front of me I have a whole bunch of ingredients to make a tamarind beef stir fry. So as you can see, I have onion here, broccoli, scallions, a lime, carrot, and garlic. Here I have my ingredients to marinate my beef. So this is the ground ginger. I have a juice of a lime here. I have some soy sauce and soy oil. Of course, our beef, and our star of the show, our tamarind paste. And these are all the dry ingredients that we're going to use as well. So we have garlic powder, black pepper, salt, basil, oregano, and a little chili flakes right there. And lastly, our spinach. Okay, so that's all we're gonna do. That's all the ingredients we have. So let's get going. So before we even get to chopping our veggies, what we're gonna do first is marinate our beef, because that needs to sit in the marinade for as long as possible. Okay, so again, very simple. We have our chopped beef here. Put that in the bowl. We have our lime juice. We have our soy sauce and soy oil, just like that. And we have our ginger. And all of our dry ingredients go right in as well. All right, and we want every bit of those seasonings, okay? And lastly is our wonderful tamarind paste to go right in. And this is what's going to add a wonderful flavor profile of sweet and sour and tangy right to our dish. And this is about 2 tablespoons. And we're going to put it right into our wonderful marinade of our beef. And get all those ingredients mixed together. So now we've got our beef marinating in that wonderful tamarind paste and all the seasonings. We're going to head right into our chopping of our vegetables. And that will give the beef some good time to marinate, okay? So right in we go. We have our broccoli here. We're going to get some nice large broccoli florets. We're going to separate them down. We have our scallions here. We'll just give these scallions a nice cut on the bias, just like this. And we want to keep them nice and large so they don't just cook away in the dish. There we go. Almost getting to the end of it, folks. So we've got our broccoli here, as you can see, our chopped carrots, our garlic, our scallions, and I'm just gonna put the last bit of veggies on here with these onions. So I'm gonna leave them kind of not too big, but again not too small, because we want to see those nice large pieces of vegetables in our stir fry. So I'm gonna leave them a little on the large side, as you can see here. Okay, just like that. Just like that. And for our spinach, I'm just going to give them a rough chop, just like this. I'm going to go this way, and that's it. I'm going to leave them kind of large, because remember, spinach is really going to cook down into almost nothing by the time that the dish is finished, okay? And there we have it. So we have our veggies all done. We have our beef that's been marinating for a good minute now. So our next step is to head over to the stove. So let's go. Okay, folks, so we're at our last step here in this process. And so we're at our stove. We have our pan ready. As you may see on the camera, it's even starting to smoke a little bit. But actually, that's what we want. We want a really nice hot pan, because when we add our cold beef in, it's going to release a lot of the moisture, and we don't want that, because what we're doing is going to be a very quick dish, and we don't want any moisture in there as possible. Okay, so we want things to cook very fast on a high heat in a hot pan. Okay, so in our beef goes. Okay guys, so as you can see, our beef is nicely caramelized and cooked. So what we're going to do, utilizing the same pan, we'll just take our beef out and set aside. Just like that. Okay, and using the same pan, put it right back on the fire, and we're going to add our veggies. Just give the pan another 30 seconds or so to get back that heat in it, okay? Okay, so that's it. In we go with our veggies. We're going to start with our onions. Give everything a nice stir. So once we got everything nice and stirred in, we're going to give it about a minute and a half or so cooking. It's not going to take long because we still want to retain some of the nice crunch that the vegetables have, the broccoli, the carrots, the onions. We don't want to cook it straight through, okay? And lastly, because it takes no time to cook, we're going to put in our spinach right at the very end. Give this a quick toss. And then finally, we're going to reintroduce our beef back in. So put our beef right back in. Give it a nice stir. Make sure it's all sauced up. Everything is good. Everything is happy. You can smell that beautiful garlic. We can smell the ginger. And most importantly, we can smell the wonderful tamarind that's in here. That's really going to transform the flavor of this dish. Okay, so we are finished here, folks, and as you can see, this beautiful beef stir fry, beef and vegetable stir fry with all of our vegetables. We had the spinach and the broccoli and the carrots and the ginger. So we have our beautiful dish here, guys, with all our different vegetables, the broccoli, the spinach, the carrots, the ginger, and of course our wonderful tamarind glaze, tamarind paste that we use. And you can put this over a nice bed of brown rice or white rice if you prefer, or even some buckwheat noodles or some rice noodles. It'll be perfect with it, okay? So again, thank you very much for checking this out. This was, again, the vegetable of the week was cassava, and the fruit of the week was tamarind. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Chef Henville, for preparing those wonderful dishes, and I sure hope you do try these dishes at home.
And I want to thank the agro-processing unit along with the abattoir for providing this lovely material so Chef Henville to provide these lovely dishes. Also, I want you to check the marketing division and your local farmer to get your local and fresh produce.
Buy local,
eat local.
Thank you for watching another episode of
The Farmacy. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.